thought they were going to be at this point tonight. It is currently 72 degrees. The breeze coming in from left field and mild at 5 miles per hour. And it is expected to be cloudy, but that's certainly good news. It was raining very hard here, and ended up they could not finish batting practice this afternoon. And much better than it was here at any point last night.
Well, your hope is it stays like this for the next 3 days, but that doesn't really look like it's going to be the case. But we'll take it for tonight.
Nate McLeod in on the left side as Daisuke is ready. And the first pitch of this one is a high drive to deep right field. J.D. Drew going back to the track at the wall. McLeod has gone deep on the first pitch of the game. What a start to this series for the Braves. It's 1-0. Nate McLeod with his 12th home run of the year. Talk about not waiting around.
Talk about a shocking turn of events. I mean, who's to think that he's going to swing at the first pitch? That's a tricky thing about the leadoff hitter. You never know if he's going to pull the trigger on the first pitch. And Daisuke throws this ball, trying to throw it down and away. Just throw a strike. Ball's middle. And he's hacking. And he's got some power. He hits this ball into his own bullpen. Easily carries into the bullpen. 1-0 lead. And that is a surprise after the first pitch of the game.
Here's Yunel Escobar, who takes ball 1 outside.
You know, we said off the top, the walks are down and the hits are up. You want to go after guys, but at the same time, you got to keep the ball down.
This is hard hitting on the ground through the left side. Escobar has got a base hit.
Daisuke throws Escobar a little cutter right over the middle, turned the ball over a little bit. Sinker, he's trying to throw it away once again. Bad location. He pulls this ball into the hole. You don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you don't know if they're going to be aggressive or not. I mean, what is, the scouting report on Daisuke? Most of the time they say he nibbles. If you're coming into off Daisuke, don't you think you're saying, take a few pitches, see what he's got.
Be patient.
They're hacking.
But if you look at the last couple of outings, as this one is lined into right field, they're all swinging at that first pitch. Escobar heads to third base. To second base goes Chipper Jones. And it's second and third. And this approach is like none other we've seen.
Oh, this is shocking. I mean, they come out swinging the bats, which is kind of a surprise to begin with. But all of these are hard pitches. Fastballs, and they'll sinker up. And you're going to see another fastball. He's trying to go away. Middle, down and in. That's happy zone for left-handed hitters. God knows that Chipper Jones knows what to do with that.
So it's second and third, a 1-0 lead already for the Braves. Nobody out. Yeah, Brian McCann coming up. You can never imagine that perhaps nibbling was the way to go. If you think about it now, looking back to the success that he had in the past.
You got to wonder the last few starts. I mean, he made bad pitches against Texas. He didn't walk anybody and gave up some runs, but a lot of fastballs up, out, over. Last game against Philly, a couple balls up, out, over, home runs.
And you said it. I mean, the walks are down, the hits are up, and sometimes you wondered in the past if Daisuke Matsuzaka trusted his own stuff.
Well, he's just trying to sort of tiptoe into this game, throwing fastballs. I hadn't got away with anything up to this point.
So second and third, nobody out. 1-0 to McCann. And it's ball 2, 2-0. He's been a little more patient.
McCann might be one of the best hitting catchers in the game if it wasn't for Mauer with Minnesota. I guess I'd have to say the National League, he's probably the best National League hitting catcher.
He was on the DL with a left eye infection earlier this year, May 8th. 2-0 pitches inside, 3-0. A recipient of 2 Silver Slugger awards. And has hit safely in 27 of the last 34 games. Lord Anderson waits on deck with still nobody out here in the top half of the first. Taken all the way and taking ball 4.
Boy, this start couldn't get any uglier the way it has started. 3 hits and now a ball 4 with not even close on any pitch. You gotta shake your head with this start. It's really strange. It's not like he came into this game just sort of, I think I'll throw breaking balls. He just, he threw 3 fastballs, boom, 3 hits, and now he doesn't even want to throw a strike.
So bases loaded and nobody out. Garrett Anderson, the former Angel. 258, 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. And a 7-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. The Braves won yesterday 7-0, blanking the Cincinnati Reds. Spent time on the DL with a strained left quadricep muscle. Missed a total of 12 games when he was on the DL. He's already ahead 1-0. Talk about seeing people in different uniforms and it looking strange. It's certainly very strange.
Absolutely. What a good hitter he was for so many years with the Anaheim Angels. Lifetime 296 hitter.
Near the top or at the top in a lot of Angels offensive categories in their franchise history. And now at the Braves. There's ball 2-0.
Boy, this could get ugly. It just hasn't been pretty at all. Last 6 pitches, balls.
Eight grand slams for Garrett Anderson in his career. 2 for 3 this season with the bases loaded. Escobar at third, Jones at second, McCann at first. And it's ball 3.
After those 3 hits, he's afraid to throw a strike. He has not thrown a fastball since. Cutters, sliders, whatever, not even close. Opposite location right there.
There's ball 4. From third base comes Escobar, and the Braves lead it 2-0. John Farrell's going to make a trip to the mound. I want to remind you to hurry into Olympia Sports. Spend $75 or more on licensed Major League Baseball merchandise and get a $15 Olympia Sports bonus card. This promotion ends June 23rd. Olympia Sports, get it for less. Good conversation for John Farrell as the bases are reloaded. Still nobody out. 2-0 Atlanta. Matt Diaz coming up here for the Braves, the left fielder. And already action. Justin Masterson is up. There's strike 1. And a raspberry cheer from the Fenway faithful. Diaz at 280, 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. His 3rd home run of the year yesterday. And he's down 0-2.
Starts him off with a fastball. Then you see that good slider right here. He needs this. He needs a ground ball double play. He'll take a strikeout here, but he needs an out.
In the dirt gathered by Veritek to his right. Outfield playing for Diaz to pull. The center fielder Ellsbury step or 2 towards left center. Chipper Jones at third, Brian McCann at second, Garrett Anderson at first, and nobody out. Diaz strikes out. Daisuke needed that in a very big way. 1 down.
Take anything right here. Slider down and away in the dirt. Helps him out with 2 strikes. Can't lay off. So a nightmare inning could turn into a not so bad an inning if you can get a double play ball here.
This Braves team has had a real hard time scoring runs. We'll know it by their start tonight here in the first on top 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Casey Kochman Of course, the deal that involved Mark Teixeira. Hodgman coming from the Angels to the Braves. Here's ball one. Hodgman also spending time on the DL, activated on Tuesday. He's gone for 2 weeks, but still leads the team with 16 doubles. Lines one to first. Youkilis will turn it into a double play. 2 runs scored for the Braves. Red Sox coming up. Leading it off for Boston is Dustin Pedroia at second base with J.D. Drew, the former Atlanta Brave, in right field. Kevin Youkilis at first base with Jason Bay in left. David Ortiz, the DH, with Mike Lowell at third base. Jacoby Ellsbury in center. Jason Varitek bats eighth, and Nick Green at shortstop bats ninth. On the mound tonight is Kenshin Kawakami. 12 starts on the year for the Atlanta Braves. 3-6 coming in, 4.54 ERA. And the opponent hitting at .273 against him. He has not had a decision in a while. Last 3 have been no decisions. And that has included Chicago, Pittsburgh, and last time out at Baltimore. Last decision he had was a loss. That was at San Francisco back on May 27th. Dustin Pedroia, who leads it off for the Red Sox here in this bottom of the first inning. And take strike one from Kawakami.
They tell me he pitches a lot like Daisuke. A lot of pitches, several pitches, throws strikes, mixes it up.
11-year career with Junichi of the Japanese Central League.
You look at his numbers in that Japanese league, it's awesome. He's won 112 games, only lost 72. That's 40 games over 500. Looked at his strikeouts to walk are like 4-1. That's dominant.
Won an MVP while he was there, 6-time All-Star. Had a no-hitter against the Yomiuri Giants in 2002. Ready with the 0-2. It's fouled off to the right. He's 33 years of age and in his first major league season. This is his 13th major league start. Of course, first against Boston.
Looks like he's going to pause at the top of his windup and doesn't. Continues. I'm waiting for that pause. Like Saito and Daisuke, he keeps going.
Swing and a miss. Pedroia goes chasing. And Kawakami has his first strikeout of the night.
See a lot of fastballs early on, then breaks out this overhand curveball. Takes a lot off it. Never even gets there. Pedroia fooled big time.
Here's how the Braves stack up defensively. It's Matt Diaz in left, Nate McLouth in center, Jeff Francoeur in right, Chipper Jones in third, Yunel Escobar in short, Kelly Johnson at second with Casey Kochman at first, and Brian McCann as the catching for Kawakami. They're 10th in the National League in fielding percentage. And with one out, here is J.D. Drew. Takes the breaking ball for strike one.
It's got a nice little curveball. Saw it. Pedroia swung at it, and you see it right there. Strike one. It's got to be hard to face this guy. You're not really quite sure what he's got, and if he's got an assortment of it, it's going to take a while to figure it out.
We're talking about his career in Japan. Here are the hard numbers, and they are very good. 33 years of age and in his first year in the majors. Inside for ball two, 2-1. Well, the Red Sox are leading the majors in on-base percentage at .359. And start the night with a 3-game lead over the New York Yankees. There's a strike over the outside corner. Drew was not pleased, and it's 2-2.
Ball looked a little outside, but that's a little sneaky cheese. This is identified as sneaky cheese when he sort of lulls you asleep with that windup, and then boom.
Ball three, full count.
JD seen everything this at bat. Change up, curveball, sneaky cheese. What's left?
Strikes out Drew. 93 on the fastball, and it's back-to-back Ks for Kawakami.
It's got to be tough to get a read on his fastball. Ball looks like it jumps real late. Looks like a fastball coming in a little high. It's hard to lay off. They called a strike on him earlier. He almost has to swing at that.
So 2 down here in the Boston first inning, and Kevin Youkilis digging in. Youkilis with the only run of last night's game for the Red Sox, a solo home run, his 12th home run of the year. As he takes strike one. A relatively quiet series. He was 2 for 10 in that series, including the home run against the Marlins. Was leading the majors with a .454 on base percentage. Little pop up outside of first. Kochman by the Red Sox dugout will run out of room. Brian McCann also gave chase for the Braves. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Talking about on base percentage, Youkilis on top, Victor Martinez. With the Indians, Ben Zobrist, Russell Branyan, and Chin-Soo Choo.
Zobrist is having a good year with Tampa out of nowhere. Part-time player getting a chance to play.
Very versatile guy, plays outfield, infield, all over. 2 down, 2 strikeouts for Kawakami. He's ready with his 1-2. Not tantalizing enough. 2-2.
2 kinds of curveballs. You see that slider, a big slider, but you know he's got that overhand curveball. Pedroia saw it.
This one fouled off over by the Braves dugout. 2-2. Jason Bay waiting on deck with 2 down and the bases empty in the first. Atlanta scored twice in their half of the first inning off Daisuke Matsuzaka. Really, Daisuke fortunate to get out of that inning.
He really was. Line drive, double play, end the inning.
Swing and a miss. Kawakami strikes out the side in order. The Red Sox trail 2-0. The new $5 Red Sox instant game from the Matsuzaka Lottery. You can win Red Sox season's tickets for life and up to $1 million instantly. Get yours today. For details, visit masslottery.com. Daisuke Matsuzaka back on the mound, and get well wishes for Jerry Remy. That's from his hometown in Somerset. Jeff Francoeur to lead it off here in the second inning against Daisuke. Tries to grab his bearings. Very fortunate to get out of that first inning, giving up just the 2 runs. The key matchup is brought to you by Honda. Jeff Francoeur with great numbers against Daisuke, leading the home run. Matsuzaka began facing the first 5 hitters of the game. He gave up a home run, a single, a double, and back-to-back walks.
Can't blame him for being shy about going into the strike zone right now.
And he's down 3-0.
Francoeur is a first ball fastball hitter. I know that, but you just throw 3 breaking balls, not even close. A little afraid to go over the plate after some bullets hit off of him.
Nate McLeod took him deep on the first pitch of the game. Into the Braves bullpen. This one fouled off to the right, full count.
This guy's hard to walk. Francoeur has only walked 11 times this year. Notorious first ball hitter.
Breaking ball that misses for ball 4. And he does walk him. So 3rd walk allowed by Daisuke already.
Can't get a feel for his breaking ball. He threw a real hard, couple hard ones he missed with, and he just tried to get that one over. And it's been a struggle for him, to say the least.
So Francoeur at first base, and here's Kelly Johnson, the second baseman for the Braves, at 229. To right center field. Drew on the run will get there. Hangs up long enough, and he makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Ace Ticket will donate $175 to Children's Hospital Boston and the Red Sox Foundation for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher this season. So far this year, Ace Ticket has donated $89,425 thanks to Ace Ticket. And remember to get your Sox tickets at aceticket.com. One out, Jeff Francoeur at first base. And the top of the order, Nate McLouth on the first pitch of the game. Homer. This time he squares and takes a strike. The addition of McLouth has been big for the Atlanta Braves. It's safely in now 11 of 14 games since being acquired from the Pirates. This is ripped foul back into the seats. Look at his numbers with Pittsburgh.
I guess Pittsburgh has been getting rid of everybody, you know, over Jason Bay for us and
Xavier Nady. Thomason Marte.
I was going to be a Pirate fan.
You have all those guys, you get yourself a very good team. Swing and a miss. Daisuke's second strikeout is out number 2 of the inning.
Here's a good time to go out of the strike zone with the fastball. 0-2 upstairs. Home run he hit was ball down and in.
So 2 down. Francoeur, who walked to begin the inning, still at first base. Yunel Escobar, who singled and scored in the first inning. Escobar with a .318 batting average against right-handed pitching. It's 9th in the National League. As he hits one on the ground, and Nick Green at shortstop goes to second for the force out. Much better second inning for Daisuke Matsuzaka. It's 2-0 Atlanta. College Saver programs can help you save for tomorrow today. Visit a branch or go to citizensbank.com/new ways to save. It's the last half of the second inning as the sun sets here at Fenway Park on this Bermuda night from Fenway. And a Braves scoring 2 runs in the first inning. Red Sox went 1-2-3 in the first. Kenshin Kawakami able to strike them out in order. Kawakami got Pedroia, Drew, and Youkilis. Now Jason Bay lines a fair ball down the left field line. Fan touched it. And they will award second base to Jason Bay. Fan reached over.
Jason Bay doesn't wait too long. He's looking fastball. He gets fastball. He's swinging. This ball's coming back to him a little bit. Hooks this ball right down the line. You're going to see this ball hit chop right down the line. Boom. Ball goes into the seats. Well, it would have went to the seats, maybe.
Bobby Cox arguing that very thought as he was out there now talking to Bruce Dreckman, the third base umpire, as the placement of Jason Bay. They awarded him second base. Bobby Cox is not so sure.
You see down there, he's going to hit the chalk down the line. This ball is going to take one hop. It's going to hit the top of the wall there and the glove. It's a double any way you look at it.
Yep.
There's no way they're going to get that ball down the line soon enough to have a play at second. I don't know quite what he wants. What does he want there? Just a base hit? I don't understand.
That, or he's debating whether it was fair or foul.
Huh. Ball's definitely fair.
So Jason Bay at second base, nobody out. David Ortiz batting out of the 5th spot again tonight. And strike 1 to Ortiz. Average steadily going up. It's at 211 right now for Ortiz. He was 3 for 7 in the series against the Florida Marlins. Down 0-2.
Well, that pitch fooled David big time after a fastball to lead him off. Little change up, turn it over a little bit, down and in. Speed got him there.
Ortiz went around. He strikes out. Paul Emmel, the home plate umpire, rings him up. Said he went around, and that's 4 strikeouts for Kawakami.
That's a nasty changeup. You got a guy swinging a ball in the dirt like that. Back-to-back changeups. That one not even close. David can't hold up. Saw one earlier and swung and missed. Then he cannot hold up on this. Kawakami's got a good assortment of pitches. You see a good sneaky little cheese he's got. Overhand curveball, slider, and you see that nasty changeup.
Especially, I would think, facing him for the first time, too.
Man, that's 4 good pitches.
Mike Lowell bats with 1 out. Jason Bay at second base. What has been this pitching that has kept the Braves at least in the mix somewhat. They've had a hard time scoring runs.
Kawakami's went out the last 8 starts, not giving up more than 3 runs, and they can't help him out.
Jason Bay started this inning with a double. He's at second with 1 down. Breaking ball for ball 2, 2-0. Bobby Cox's team coming in 16-17 on the road, game under 500 away from Turner Field. Popped up into shallow right center field. Out goes Kelly Johnson, the second baseman, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. No advance for Jason Bay. Stop by McDonald's and try a delicious McCafe beverage made fresh for you. It's only at McDonald's. 2 outs in this Boston second inning. Jason Bay with a leadoff double. Still standing at second base with 2 outs. And a chance here for Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury missed 3 games on the last road trip for the Red Sox with a right shoulder strain. And since that point has gone 8 for 22, hit at .364 since returning to the Red Sox lineup on a daily basis. He's had 6 steals in the last 6 games. As he takes ball 1.
He's really been doing it all in the 7th spot. You know, he went up to the 2nd spot, what, 1 or 2 games,
yes.
But for the most part down there, doing a nice job. It changes the whole lineup down there. Gives, talked before, Nick Green was taking advantage of it. You know, him in front of him. Next thing you know, he's on second base, getting fastballs to hit.
This one kicks off McCann, and Bay will take third.
This pitch is a strike, and McCann can't get a glove on it. This looks funny, but it's not. Not to McCann, it isn't. But you see the fastball crossed him up, looking for a breaking ball. Gets him right in the gut with it, off of his forearm a little bit. That had to hurt. Close to being a strike.
So a pass ball charged to Brian McCann as Jason Bay 90 feet away. .2-0 curveball is fouled off at the plate. So he doesn't give in, man. It's 2-1.
Who really does give in? You know, the more you watch pitching nowadays,
yep.
Every time there's a hitter's count, you're not going to see a fastball. It's just the way it is.
On the ground to first, played by Kochman, and Kawakami is out of the inning unscathed. 2-0 Braves at the end of 2. Seattle Mariners. A limited number of pavilion seats for 20 to 25 guests, and some of the smaller all-inclusive premium packages have recently become available for the upcoming holiday weekend matchups with the Mariners. Give your friends and family a 4th of July weekend they'll never forget. For more information, call 617-226-6025 or email premiumsales@redsox.com tonight. First pitch swinging and popping it up is Chipper Jones outside of third. And Mike Lowell in foul ground makes the catch. One down on one pitch for Daisuke. Takes care of the 2008 National League batting champion.
Strange attack by their offense. You don't know when they're going to swing. They swing first pitch. They take some pitches. Strange.
Inconsistent.
Very.
There's not a group.
And then they came out of the box swinging, right?
Yep.
First 3 pitches almost bullets, you know. And then doesn't make any sense. They walked Vancouver last inning. Next hitter takes cut at the first pitch.
It's not a group approach.
What's the approach over there?
Well, Chipper Jones is gone on one pitch. We'll see what Brian McCann does. He's taking, as he did first time up. He walked in the first inning.
For the most part, they don't walk as a club very often. Down the list on walks, I mean, their on-base percentage is not that good. They only hit .256, so that's very mediocre.
This one is popped up foul ground. Veritek gives it a look, comes back, but won't have a play. Well, tonight after our Red Sox coverage, tune in to Nesson for Sports Desk, presented by FW Webb. Find FW Webb's 27 bat centers at frankwebb.com. We'll catch up with the former Sox pitcher Bruce Hurst, who talks about lefties pitching at Fenway, and John Lester. Plus, part of the Catherine Tappin's conversation with Sox closer Jonathan Papelbon as he closes in on the Sox saves record, and a full report as the Bruins cleaned up at the NHL Awards ceremony last night. It's all coming up on Sports Desk tonight after our Red Sox coverage. Brian McCann chops one foul outside of first base, and it's 1-2. Well, the youngster is very happy down there. Doesn't get any better than that. Daisuke Matsuzaka has walked more than he has struck out tonight. Walked 2 in the first, 1 in the second, so 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Garrett Anderson waiting on deck. Braves batting here in the third. Down and in, and it's 2-2. Kawakami and Matsuzaka going head-to-head tonight. It's the second time in Daisuke's major league career that he has opposed a fellow Japanese-born starter. Faced Tomooka back May 9th of 2007 at Toronto. That was the first time. This is on the ground softly to second base. Pedroia handles, and there's 2 down.
Daisuke's having a tough time getting his breaking ball over, missing badly, so he goes with the changeup, which is a nice pitch to get a little ground ball by McCann.
Garrett Anderson coming up, and we've talked about it many times. One of the most underrated guys, perhaps, in the majors in a long time. Played out there with the Angels for so many years.
You're not a flamboyant guy. That's why you don't even know he's there. They're close to 2,200 hits lifetime.
272 home runs coming into this season, all with the Angels. Broke into the big leagues in '94. They were known as the California Angels when he got there. Changed names about 4 times while he was a member of the Angels. There are the numbers from '94 through 2008. Signed by the Braves as a free agent this past February, part of a late signing class of free agents this past offseason. Everything was just a little bit slow. There's some big names who are still available when it got close to spring training, which was kind of strange. But
I thought it was kind of strange what Atlanta did. They were always in the running. You saw they signed Derek Lowe. They didn't know what they were going to do, really, and then they let
Tom Glavine
go as, just recently, and Smoltz came to us, so they let go 2 of their all-time great pitchers.
Ground ball to second base, and this one kicks off Pedroia into shallow center. Garrett Anderson aboard with 2 outs.
Routine ground ball, like a slow rolling ground ball. It's amazing that this ball takes a bad hop. It's a can of corn. Look at that ball. I never see that happen. Luckily, he wasn't hit any harder. It come up and hit him in the head. If you think about it, it would have been. You can have the base hit, just don't hit me in the face.
Well, it is a base hit, and the 4th hit for the Braves tonight. Second time Garrett Anderson has been on. Here's Matt Diaz, who struck out swinging first time up. Back to Daisuke. He picks it and fires to first to end the inning. Braves are gone in the 3rd, but Atlanta leads it 2-0. Now celebrating its 400th anniversary, Bermuda's chic island escape where rich history, diverse cultures, and exceptional beauty meet. Located just under 2 hours from most East Coast cities, this convenient island paradise offers travelers from every walk of life the chance to reinvigorate and rejuvenate. To learn how you can receive $400 hotel credit with Bermuda's 400th anniversary sizzling summer offer, visit BermudaTourism.com. Bermuda, feel the love. That place has got me written all over it. I am going.
Meanwhile,
Brett Saberhagen in the house.
Boy, could he pitch. Could he pitch. This guy was nasty. 2 Cy Youngs. Didn't walk anybody. I mean, just went after hitters. Oh.
Jason Varitek leads it off. Takes strike 1. Now, while we're away, you're not going to disappear or anything to Bermuda, are you?
It's not raining there, is it?
No, it's not.
You think?
There's no chance of rain there this weekend, I don't think.
No, it's going to take too long to get there. Varitek batting for the first time tonight. Red Sox have 1 hit through the first 2.
Kawakami's been pretty impressive.
I am impressed. That one at bat, he threw everything. Everything in his bag of tricks. Curveball, slider, changeup. Ortiz saw 2 back-to-back changeups I thought were nasty.
Right side, Kelly Johnson, a bobble, time to recover, and he still gets Varitek for the first out of the inning. Send it down to Heidi Watney.
Don, former Brave Tom Glavine announced today that he will not play in 2009 after being released by the Braves on June 3rd. And John Smoltz told me he was very disappointed the organization would treat one of its longtime veterans that way.
Anytime you got to make decisions of that magnitude, I think there's a human element that always feels like, well, he could have come to that decision a little bit differently than the way they did. And I think they addressed it. They apologized. It looked bad for him. And hopefully the ramifications down the road don't look worse because of the attraction of a guy like him who's been in this city for most of his career. Hopefully those wounds heal.
Now, Smoltz played with Glavine nearly his entire 20-year career in Atlanta, except for the 5 seasons Glavine played for the Mets. The 43-year-old Glavine said today he's not retiring. He's going to evaluate things at the end of the season. Don?
Okay, thank you very much, Heidi. That really was a very ugly situation as it took place. Made all the rehab starts, got ready to come back, and then they basically said at that point, you take a look at the situation, our scouts are telling us, we don't think at this point that you could be as effective as some of the other guys we could bring up at this point.
I think what happens, they changed their mind. They forgot to tell him, and they had a hard time telling him. They waited too long. It was too late.
Here's a deep fly ball out towards left center field, but it's McLeod back there to make the grab. And it's the second out of the inning.
I don't know the particulars, so I don't really want to get into it, but you know, they've been a lot of disabled pitchers last year in Atlanta's, in the Atlanta's staff, and I think what they wanted to do this year when they came in and said, wait a second, we can't go into this season with Smoltz they're not sure about, Glavine another one that they're not sure about, so they went out and they got Derek Lowe, and they got the pitcher they got pitching tonight, and they had to make some decisions, and I think John was upset with them, and that's why he took the offer by the Red Sox. Now, I don't know the particulars, but when you leave an organization after 20 years, something's wrong, and he was hurt the year before. They paid him a lot of money. Then he didn't pitch for about 3 months, and then so he came back the next year, and he didn't like the guarantee that they offered him, right? So they took Boston. So I don't know. I'd have to have been there, because if I'd been with an organization for 21 years, it would have been a hard time for me to say goodbye, especially when I had been on the DL the year before. I felt like I would just come back for whatever money they wanted to give me because I owed them one. Right.
But John Smoltz felt he had done that a bunch of times already.
I didn't know that.
Felt like that had been done many times before to stay there because he wanted to stay there. Tough throw to first, and they don't get him. And it pulls Kochman off the bag. Thought he may have got him on the way by. And awkwardly going into the bag is Pedroia. They charge the shortstop with an error. And now the Red Sox out to make sure Pedroia is okay.
That's a little frightening little situation there. Anytime Pedroia goes down, Steve Francona couldn't wait to get out of the dugout there. But this is a good call by the umpire because he sweeps his tag. It does not make the tag. Looks like Pedroia got out of the way. Good call, but he almost hurt his right hip, falling on his right hip. Missed the tag. You don't want to hurt yourself on a play like that, but he's running towards the inside of the bag here and hits the bag funny too. And that looks ugly as he went down. I think he's okay.
So an error charge to Escobar at shortstop. I say he's been fun to watch, but at times has upset Bobby Cox different times. As far as his flair goes, perhaps a little bit too much flair from the shortstop at times.
A talented shortstop that can do a lot of things.
Great arm.
Oh yeah, one of the best in the business. But a great shortstop that, some of these flashy shortstops sometimes the easiest of plays get away from him.
2 down. Pedroia at first base. He's charged with an error. J.D. Drew struck out first time up as he takes ball 1. And then for striking, it's 1-1. Kawakami thought he was out of the inning. and instead now has to throw more pitches with Pedroia at first and 2 down. Check on Pedroia, who's back to the bag.
He's always dirty, isn't he? He doesn't take long. I mean, he will find the dirt somehow. He and Euclid, always dirty.
To right center field for J.D. Drew. Long run. McLouth, the center fielder, taking charge and making the catch that ends the inning. We play 3 from Fenway. It's 2-0 Atlanta. Fourth inning. It's Casey Kochman who leads it off for the Braves. Outfield set up for him to pull in this top half of the 4th inning. We talked about it the other night, and we're looking forward to it again as this one is into right field. Back goes Drew, and J.D. with a late lunge to pull it in. Casey Kochman is out number 1, but a nifty play and right by Drew.
Well, Drew made that play look easy. That was a tough play right over his head. This ball was a bullet. J.D. gets a beat on it. Never turns his back on this ball. Catches it in stride about head high. Makes it look easy. Nice play.
Well, it is our pleasure to have with us Tiffany Ortiz and Yuka Okajima as Picnic in the Park. It's that time again this year, and certainly we're all looking forward to it coming up.
That's right, it's coming up, and and nobody's gotten presents for their dads yet, I think it would be a fantastic Father's Day gift.
I think so. The Picnic in the Park is on July 5th after the game against Seattle Mariners. 1 hour after the game ends, it starts.
We're going to have, as always, really good auction items. Somebody's going to be bidding against me to learn how to roll sushi with Yuka.
Nice.
He's gonna do it, I think. There are a lot more auction items that we're contributing.
There's a pitching lesson with Justin Masterson, a meet and greet with Jason Veritek, and you can play a board game with Mikey Lowell. It'll be fun, and we're working on an interesting one with David, so I think
Great.
Yeah, it's kind of fun for us to think of what to donate as an auction item.
Well, it's been one of the things I think the fans enjoy the most. I mean, it's a great event. You come out, you can sit on the lawn, and you have a great picnic after the game, and it's the one where all the players go to, which is pretty unusual. You get all the players at one time in one place.
Right.
That's right. They'll be autographing for a little while, and it's just the best way to have a picnic you can imagine, especially if you're a Red Sox fan.
It's definitely fun to be out there and have a blanket out and have good food and enjoy everything.
And the auction items are always a big hit and pretty special.
Yep, they're very unique, and some things that you'll never be able to get at any other time. So,
what do people do to get involved? I mean, how do they go about doing this?
If you go to the Red Sox Foundation.org, and you can get tickets online that way, or
yeah, there is a form on that on the site, and you can fax it or you can send it with their email. And $350 per person for general admission.
Baseball autographed by Red Sox legends, also Pirate. I heard something about Dennis Eckersley hair dryer. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's funny, right? That's hysterical.
I think that'd be a great auction.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
You've got the best hair in baseball, then.
You got it going on. It's good moss.
Okay.
Yeah. You really have to come, and we really appreciate your help for this. Helps a lot for the Red Sox Foundation.
You gonna do it? Awesome.
Okay, for whatever it takes.
Yuka and I will be bidding on it, so.
Of course, why not?
Okay.
Well, we thank you guys coming up, and we look forward again so much to Picnic in the Park. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck with it. And again, for more information, you can call 617-226-6440 or via email at picnic@redsox.com.
Getting on my moss again.
How about that?
Every chance they get, somebody's getting on my moss.
Somebody's going to mention the moss.
Well, if you can make some money over
it was their idea about the hairdryer. I had nothing to do with that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, what a great idea. Whatever it takes. I don't use a hairdryer.
You don't?
Just let it naturally dry.
That gets that way like that?
Stick my head out the window. What do you think?
A two-out walk for Kelly Johnson, who's at first base. Fourth walk given up by Daisuke Matsuzaka. Nate McLouth, who homered on the first pitch of the game back in the first inning, struck out in the second.
This lineup is very tricky. You don't know what we were talking about before. When are they going to swing the bat? First, Kelly Johnson, first time up, swing at the first pitch, walks the next time. Every hitter it's 50-50 whether they're going to swing the bat.
Swing and a miss, and it evens at 1-1. The approach has been individual, but not as a group.
Right. And that's been the problem with this team all year. They've got a ballpark that is hard to go deep in. It's hard. You got to have power to go, play in that ballpark, and they haven't got the kind of power that you need. Now it helps their pitching staff. The pitching staff. I'd love to pitch in Atlanta, but that place is a big ballpark, and so they've got to have a kind of a team with some more speed and create some runs. They haven't been able to do that.
Two and two.
We're talking about Chipper Jones not really have the same type of power that he's had before. He's just going into kind of hitting a gap hitter, sort of singles and a gap hitter, not trying to go deep. You wouldn't think he has the kind of power. McLouth, he's hit over 20 home runs for Pittsburgh. Made the All-Star team last year.
Down and in, and it is now 3-2. He's gone full here with 2 outs in the inning. Two-out walk for the number 9 man, Kelly Johnson, who's at first base. Now 3-2 to McLouth. Driven to deep left center field. Back goes Ellsbury at the wall. It's off the wall. The ricochet is nasty as Bay runs it down. Scoring from first is Johnson. It's an RBI double for McLouth, and the Braves add on to their lead. It's now 3-0 Atlanta.
McLouth shows you the kind of power that he has. He went deep the first time up into the bullpen. This time he hits the ball off the wall. Fastball away. 3-2. Runner running on the play. This ball hits the wall. The runner's going to score easy. But look at this. This little guy's got some pop the other way too. He's back legging that ball like he thinks it's out of the ballpark. off the top of the scoreboard, bounces away easily. The runner scored easily because he's running on the play.
Today's Twisted But True Fact of the Game is brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. The day after Nate McLouth was traded to Atlanta, the Pirates held an impromptu vigil for him at the clubhouse table, where he used to play cards with relievers Sean Burnett and Jesse Chavez. The candle-bearing McLouth's uniform number 13 was lit and sat alongside a photo of him in uniform. We'll miss him, Burnett said. It is Twisted But True. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted.
Nobody did that for me when I left. See ya.
The door's over there.
Yeah, right. Get out of here.
Well, Escobar fouls it off the end of the bat, and it's 0-2. No vigil for Eck when you're out of town, huh?
You know, I was crying, but they weren't crying. The talented little player. And you're watching him play center field. Just a few innings we've seen him. I'm watching him. Just takes over in center field. I mean, he calls everybody off. I've heard about him. I haven't seen him play.
Little bloop into short right, and it's going to fall for a hit. McLouth coming from second base will score the 4th Braves run. They collect 2 runs in this inning with 2 outs.
A little harmless 2-out walk to Johnson started this inning. McLouth hits a double off the wall, and then you see this chink. This ball is going to be a little spinner. Probably a cutter that did not cut, stayed out of the middle of the plate, but he didn't hit this ball very hard, just hard enough to dunk it in to right field. RBI easy. McLouth scores on that because he can read that so easily with 2 outs and running all the way.
That was pitch number 60 for Daisuke. Chipper Jones 1 for 2 tonight, doubled in the first inning. Swing and a miss, and a ball and a strike for Jones. Last year, the National League batting champion Chipper Jones had his 400th career home run on June 5th last season.
One of the greatest switch hitters of all time, if not the greatest. Mickey Mantle being probably the best.
Short right field, J.D. Drew is deep, but runs in and makes the catch. It ends the inning. Braves had 2 runs in the top of the 4th, and at the end of 3 1/2, 4-0 Atlanta. Comedy All-Stars tonight at 11:30, brought to you in part by your New England Chevy dealers. Host Tommy Davidson is joined by Nate Bargatze, Mike Favorman, and Chris Kidd Reed on the show where sports and comedy collide. Visit NESN.com now to check out clips from the show, and we're going to have some clips coming up for you as the Red Sox and Braves play along here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Youkilis fouls the first pitch off to the right. So Youkilis, Bay, and Ortiz here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Youkilis struck out swinging in the first inning. Kawakami has 4 strikeouts.
He and Daisuke kind of finished the same way. When they try to release that fastball, kind of a recoil at the end. They jump.
Jason Bay will be next, then David Ortiz here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Youkilis takes the breaking ball, and it's now 3-1. Braves getting 2 runs in the first, 2 in the 4th. Both off Daisuke Matsuzaka. Fouled off, full count. Let's check out a clip of Comedy All-Stars coming your way tonight.
That's right, Tom Brady got a baby mama. To get in the Rappers Union back in the day, we had to have at least 2 baby mamas. It was a 2 baby mama minimum, all right? Tom Brady got a baby mama. Tom Brady got a baby mama.
Youkilis lifts it in the air to right field as Frank Core comes in a few steps in, puts it away for out number 1. So 1 out for Jason Bay.
Jason Bay with the only hit tonight, a fastball he got first pitch. He pulled it down the left field line. See what he's going to try to do with him this time. I don't think he's going to give him that same pitch again.
Strike 1 to Bay. Play Bay for go the other way. Nate McLouth well over into right center field, the center fielder.
I guess they figure if he hits the ball to left field, it's gone or off the wall, so you might as well shade him the other way. I know he's pitching him away this time. Probably trying to pitch him away last time. He left it inside.
They do go out and miss, and it's 2-1.
What's a 5?
He's got a lot of options.
What's a 5? Guess it's a changeup. That's all you can have is 5 pitches. That's it. Well, unless you want to add on, say I touched my chest. That's 6. Put a,
Ball 4. First walk given up by Kawakami. It's a 1-out walk to Jason Bay. Well, the Offensive Player of the Week is brought to you by your Boston BMW dealers. This week's honor goes to David Ortiz. A productive week for the Sox designated hitter. Hit .364 with a home run, a double, and scored 4 runs in 6 games. Congratulations to David Ortiz, a Boston BMW dealers Offensive Player of the Week. This is pitch number 50 for Kawakami. 1 out, 1 on for David Ortiz, who struck out first time up. And takes strike 1.
To another changeup. It's 3 in a row. Last time up 2. Made him look bad on the last one.
in the dirt. McCann keeps it in front of him, and it's a ball and a strike.
It's funny how the approach to Ortiz is a little different now. For the longest time, for 2, 3, 4 weeks almost, saw nothing but fastballs. Right? Everybody's pounding them.
Couldn't catch up for a while.
Couldn't catch up. And now this, I'm sure they're paying attention. But you see how Kawakami goes after him. Change up. 4 in a row he's thrown.
Breaking ball, and it's hit in the air to left center field. Nate McLouth calling, and then backs off as Matt Diaz steps in front and makes the catch. So 2 down. Didn't see a fastball.
Did not see a fastball. First pitch he threw him the first time up was a fastball, and 5 pitch since that were all off-speed pitches. This one finishing him off with an overhand curveball, took something off, had him on his front foot. Got this ball in the air, not enough behind that ball to hit it off the wall. When he's going good, he'll flip that ball off the wall.
2 down, Bay at first base. Mike Lowell popped out to the second baseman, Kelly Johnson, in the second inning. Again, they play for Lowell to go the other way. Nate McLouth into right center. Lowell goes to left, and Diaz comes in and makes the catch. It ends the inning. We played 4 from Fenway. The Braves have a 4-0 lead.
Thanks, Don. I'm joined by Glenn Jones. He's the press secretary to the Premier for Bermuda, and there's a new partnership with Bermuda and Red Sox Nation. Tell us how that's working out.
Well, it's the first year for the partnership. There's been lots of enthusiasm about it. From Red Sox Nation first, a lot of people emailing into the newsletter saying we want golf vacations to Bermuda and spring training trips and all sorts of things. Same thing is true for people in Bermuda. There's lots of Red Sox fans there. Some of them are going to be here for the game tonight. Even the woman who everybody knows, she drives a little red car, says RD Sox on the vanity plate. So there's lots of excitement, and tourism is just so pleased to be partnered with such a strong brand.
I want to get on one of those trips to Bermuda, by the way.
We can fix it.
Now, years ago, Boston to Bermuda, that was the big trip to take, and someone else has kind of taken over now. What happened there?
I hate to tell you, it's New York. New Yorkers are the #1 market in which tourists come to Bermuda. We want to see Boston get back in there, but you guys are going to have to work really hard. The New Yorkers are storming our pink sand beaches.
Pink sand sounds lovely. I'm going to have to go. Now, as fans came in tonight, they saw some special performers on the concourse. Tell us about that.
Yeah, those are the gambes. You can find them all over Bermuda, particularly during holidays and festivals. They go all the way back to the 18th century, partly influenced by Africa and Native Americans, so that's why you see the drums and you see the feathers. Wherever you go, people like it, and I'm sure they drew a pretty good crowd tonight.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to talk to Glenn about a trip to Bermuda. Don, back to you.
Lord Hattie, thank you very much. As a double to begin this inning for Brian McCann, right up over the outstretched glove in center field for Jacoby Ellsbury.
McCann gets a fastball middle, bad location, rips this ball over Ellsbury's head. He looks like he has a beat on this ball, but it just gets just over his glove. Ball got there in a hurry. He didn't have time to go all the way back. Double by McCann. And Daisuke's in trouble. They're not going to wait too long and stay with him. With Masterson in the bullpen, had already warmed up in the first inning. It won't take him long.
So McCann at second. Garrett Anderson has been aboard twice, a walk and a single. And a swing and a miss, strike one.
You see a good changeup by Daisuke right there, but thinking about his fastball to me, talk about how fast he's throwing tonight. Really very mediocre fastball, and that's what you look for. See what kind of velocity he has, and his location has been just so-so, and he's lucky to even got out of the first inning. It's kind of a bad outing to this point. He's hoped to get through this inning, but this really doesn't help him any. If we're looking, if we're looking deeply into this outing,
right,
to where he stands in this rotation,
it's more the same.
Yeah, it's more the same. To me, it's not glaring or anything, but he just doesn't seem himself, and I think a lot of people would agree.
I don't think at any point this season he has seemed like himself.
I mean, we know he's had control problems in the past, but this isn't control problems. I think there's a lack of velocity a little bit.
This is out towards right center field. J.D. Drew on the run. J.D. can't get it. Back to the wall is scoring from second base. He is McCann. Into second goes Garrett Anderson, and the Atlanta Braves take a 5-0 lead.
Well, this is about this inning, throwing the ball right down Broadway. This ball's up easy. The ball's got hit me all over it. I think it's a changeup, high changeup. Anderson stays back in this ball and drills this ball into the gap. I thought J.D. was going to make a nice catch just out of his reach. Another double, RBI, 5-0. Location terrible.
The crowd cheering Terry Francona as he comes out to make the move. And there were some boos here. 5-0. The Atlanta Braves have the lead as Daisuke leaves the hill. Five 0 the Atlanta Braves on top of the Red Sox back here at Fenway Park in the fifth. Matt Diaz, the batter. And he sends one down the right field line, foul. New Red Sox pitcher is Justin Masterson. Daisuke Matsuzaka going 4+ innings, and now Masterson makes an appearance in his 19th game of the year. 3.81 ERA. Opponent hitting at .281.
He's lucky he wasn't in this game in the first inning because he was ready if anything else had happened.
To right field, Drew on the run will make the running grab on the liner, as tagging at second and taking third is Anderson with now 1 out.
Good base running right there by Anderson to get to third base. Drew's been playing all over the place, running back on balls, in the gap on balls, down the line. But, you know, back to Daisuke and his appearance, you start to wonder. I was looking at velocity here and there all night, and you saw how bad it was in the first inning. They jumped on him. But overall, the concern to me is, you know, especially when you got Smoltz coming next week to pitch against Washington, what reminded me of what to do with him.
Bay towards the line and the seats, goes into the slide, makes the catch. Reach back to make the grab, almost overslid, and no chance to do anything about Anderson, who tags and scores the 6th Atlanta run. But a nice grab by Bay, nevertheless.
What a great play by Bay. Meanwhile, this is a sacrifice fly down the line. You wonder if you want him to catch it or not. You know, you're looking to not have him score that run, but sacrifice fly.
The defensive play is brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
All the way to the end of his slide. He has to, because you got to come up short so you don't smash into the wall.
And it would have been fair.
Yeah, and the run score is easy, so you got to make the play.
So 2 down, bases empty, and Jeff Francoeur the batter. The run is charged to Daisuke, so that's 6 runs in 4+. Nick Green to his left, and that's the inning. 2 more runs for Atlanta. Halfway through this one, it's 6-0 Braves. Red Sox gear in town. Check out BostonGlobeStore.com. The Boston Globe Store is everything for the diehard fan. Autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online, shop anytime. Shop BostonGlobeStore.com. Bottom of the 5th inning, 6-0. The Braves on top as Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off. I know you had more to say about your thoughts on Daisuke tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to just get it over with. I mean, you know, the thing is that they have other choices to make. It's not like he's their only starter. They're in a position where they have, you know, excess of starting pitching. I just reminded me last night, Ricky Nolasco pitching for the Marlins.
Right.
He won 15 games for them last year, had a great year for them. He ends up going to the minor leagues, right, for a couple of starts. And then he came back and he pitched a good ball game against the Red Sox last night. So I was thinking about him and what to do with Daisuke.
Right. Do you want to do that? Is that what you're thinking is best?
Well, they've got to do something. If you put him in the bullpen, how many more starts are you going to give him, first of all? Is this it? And if you put him in the bullpen, he can't find it out there. The best thing for him is to go somewhere where he can pitch. Now, he can't just go down, I'm thinking, because of his contract.
No,
so
and he's got to be okay with that.
Yeah,
too.
and he has to say he's hurt and something like that, and more of a rehab start. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I can't see them giving him another start at this point.
And keep in mind, he was very reluctant to go on the DL when he did earlier this season.
Right. But I do not see the same pitcher, and I know they don't see the same pitcher, and they don't have to run him back out there. But what are they going to do with him? If you put him in the bullpen, somebody's got to go out of the bullpen, which I don't know who that would be. Maybe probably Bard. But you hate to even talk about that sort of thing.
Ellsbury takes the walk to begin things here in the 5th inning. Red Sox have their work cut out for them. When you want pizza and a Coke delivered right to your seats, it's Papa time. Call Papa Gino's for delivery and be automatically entered to win seats plus in-game delivery. Visit Nesson.com for details. Tonight's lucky winners are Tom Nelson and Kathy Cruz. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the leadoff walk to begin the bottom of the 5th. Jason Varitek coming up. You hear anytime that people bring up, well, it's a 6-man rotation. Terry Francona's quick to say, whoa,
right.
It's not a 6-man rotation.
Well, then if it's not, then you've got to get rid of somebody.
Who's going to be out?
Who's going to be out? And it's pretty clear to me that he's the guy that's going to be out. I mean, who else is there? And you're not going to find it in the bullpen. It'd be one thing if you put him out in the bullpen and give him a couple weeks out there, but he's not going to pitch out there the way he needs to pitch to find himself. And whether he's hurt or not, I don't know. His velocity isn't really quite the same. His command is not really good. Even though he doesn't walk anybody, he's throwing balls right down the middle. That doesn't mean you've got good command because you're throwing balls right down the middle.
But tonight, your concern is around the velocity more than it was last couple.
A little short tonight, I thought. Because I think if they could do something with him, they would. But it's not their call. Their hands are tied a little bit with him. But they could put him in the bullpen. I mean, that's one thing they could do, and he can't do anything about. But that's not going to help him.
Ellsbury at first base, nobody out. 1-2 to Varitek. On the ground to shortstop, Escobar flips to second for one, on to first, double play. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Yeah, the Marlins heading home late last night. Of course, after the rain delay, could have been a lot later had we played the remaining 4 innings left in last night's game. But here at Fenway Park, it has been all Atlanta Braves. Braves on top 6-0 with 2 outs in the 5th. Leadoff walk by Ellsbury quickly erased as Varitek grounded into the double play.
And what we're watching tonight on the other side of the field is Kawakami pitching the way we think that Daisuke should pitch. I mean, it's clear this is what we'd like him to look like. I mean, he's pitching on top of his game, and I think that's exactly how we'd like to see Daisuke pitch. The kind of command that he has shown tonight with his fastball, a little 94, little quick little cheese he's got here and there. Curveball, slider. I mean, this guy's got it all. 4 pitches. Somewhere Daisuke lost his way, and it's going to take a while to find it. Where is he going to find it?
2 misses, and it's 1-2. For Kawakami tonight, who has 2 outs here in the 5th inning, he's thrown 66 pitches. 1 hit. A double by Jason Bay in the 2nd inning. Walked a couple. Ground ball to third base. Chipper Jones. That's the 5th. We played 5 from Fenway. It's 6-0 Braves. It here on this Friday night of Game 1, 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Atlanta Braves. 6-0 the Atlanta Braves lead as they come to bat here in the 6th. Kelly Johnson, the 9-man, leading it off, and Justin Masterson, who ended up getting all the outs in the 5th, coming on for Daisuke Matsuzaka, who went 4+ and gave up 6 runs tonight. Masterson retired all 3 batters he faced in the 5th. Kelly Johnson has flied to right, walked, and scored. Ball foul outside of first, 2-2 to Kelly Johnson. He'll be followed by Nate McLouth and Yunel Escobar here in this 6th inning for Atlanta.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow night. I see Masterson reminds me of Derek Lowe a little bit. Derek Lowe pitching tomorrow night for Atlanta. Haven't seen him for a number of years. He left, what, 2004?
Yes.
Went to the Dodgers, did a nice job for the Dodgers, and once again went on the market and made another killing twice. Didn't he? He made a ton of money the first time, and
a lot of iron.
He almost doubled up the next time.
Well, hey fans, Nesson's cameras are over at the Harp tonight at 85 Causeway Street in Boston as fans are taking in the series opener between the Red Sox and the Braves. Always serving an honest brew with a big taste and nice finish. Visit the Harp to catch all your baseball action.
Back to Derek Lowe. He made some big iron this time. Everybody wanted Derek Lowe. The Mets wanted him. A lot of people wanted Derek Lowe. Found his way to Atlanta. If you look over, we'll probably talk about Lowe tomorrow night at length, but he's been steady, hasn't he? I mean,
yes.
He's just goes out there, gives you innings, has never missed a start for a long time.
He was huge in the playoffs in 04, taken out of the rotation, as you might remember.
He was the ace of Los Angeles last year. Started the first playoff game a couple of times for them when they played Milwaukee the first time. And then they went in and played Philly. He was the ace of that staff. Billingsley is now, but I think he was last year.
Look at the numbers. Was closer for the Red Sox as well at one point.
Say 40 games one year for the Red Sox. 42, I think.
So it fouled off, and it's 1-2. Terry Francona was talking about him before the game today, and at the time, Derek was not pleased after being with the Red Sox so long to be not in the rotation going to the postseason in 04. And as it turned out, Terry said to him, and probably at the time, Derek didn't really want to hear it, but you're going to be a big part of this postseason run, and you're being told you're taken out of the rotation.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there going, well, how am I going to be a big part? Well, he ended up being on the mound for the 3 clinching games in the postseason. Down to first, Youkilis got 1 out at first, and now they've got Johnson at second. Turns into a double play.
What a play by Uke. It's a beautiful thing because he hits a line drive. He's already at the bag. You see, boom, just touch first base, and then they've got Kelly Johnson in nowhere man land. Tags him out. Easy double play. Ball hits solid right here. Back right. Takes him right to first base. It's perfect. Fake pumps him. Bango.
So 2 down. Yunel Escobar coming up. He has 2 hits. A single in the first, a single in the 4th inning. That'll be Josh Beckett against Derek Lowe here tomorrow night in game 2 of the series. There's a ground ball foul.
But there were decisions to make after the 2004 season, right? They want Pedro, they want Lowe, and Lowe got banged around a little bit. There was a reason why they took him out of the rotation at the end of 2004. But there's a lot of decisions to be made, and that one of them was not to re-sign Derek Lowe, but he's done well since he's left.
To third, Mike Lowell gathers. Low throw dug out by Youkilis. It ends the inning. Masterson's been good, but so is the Braves. Braves on top 6-0. Visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. Now it is the bottom of the 6th inning back here at Fenway Park. Top of the Red Sox order, Dustin Pedroia, who takes ball 1 inside.
That number 5 that he throws is a split finger is what it is, and that because he just threw it there and he got away from him. So he got a lot of pitches.
Line to third. Chipper Jones on the backhand for out number 1. A bit of a mislocation there. Pedroia tried to take advantage, but lines out.
Look at him come out of his shoes. Fastball. Boom. This ball luckily could have been down the line. Chipper's got more than enough time. Just breaks down on one knee. Looks easy up here.
This is pitch number 70 of the night for Kawakami. And the breaking ball is ball 1 to Drew. JD struck out in the first inning. Flied out to center field in the third. Four Red Sox players have appeared in the major leagues with the Braves. Of course, John Smoltz, J.D. Drew in 04. Nick Green also in 04. Mark Kotze, also a former member of the Atlanta Braves. Nick Green, in fact, was actually drafted by the Braves back in 1998. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to J.D. Drew. The third walk given up by Kawakami. 1 out, 1 on. Well, tomorrow night at 6, live from Yawkey Way, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Jim, Heidi Eck, and me. Josh Beckett tries to get back to his Cy Young form after his rough start last weekend in Philadelphia. He'll go up against former Sox World Series hero Derek Lowe. You'll get a closer look at Braves starter, plus highlights from Queens as the Rays take on the Mets. It's all coming up tomorrow night at 6 only on NESN. 1 out, 1 on. Youkilis 0 for 2 in the game tonight. Fouls it off to the right.
See Uke right there trying to jump on a fastball. His control left him against Drew. Couldn't throw a strike through 4 straight balls. Uke was looking, fastball, got it.
On the corner, and it's 0-2. We're back to the 5.
Little split finger.
On the ground toward shortstop, not hit hard. Escobar to second. That's all they'll get. So they get the lead runner in Drew for out number 2 of the inning.
0-2 split finger to Uke. Not a great. It doesn't really dip down a lot, but the speed, takes a little off more than anything. Bad throw by Escobar. You think it's got a chance for a double play ball. See a split finger. Doesn't go down much. In fact, just sort of runs in. But there's just enough taken off of that pitch that you think it might be a double play ball. Escobar makes a terrible throw to second base.
So 2 down. Youkilis at first base, and Jason Bay, the batter, who's doubled and walked. First to check on Youkilis. Red Sox are 5-4 in interleague play coming into tonight's action. High drive deep left. Jason Bay right out of Fenway Park. 18th home run of the year. Red Sox get 2 runs out of this, and it's 6-2 Atlanta.
How many times have we seen that this year? Fastball right there. He does not miss it. This is Jason Bay's zone. Fastball, belt high, coming back to him. Flips this ball. What new? 2-run home run. Way back. This ball went over everything. Another fastball. Amazing how many fastballs he's gotten, and he's lost.
The curve to Ortiz, and it's 0-1. So the Red Sox finally getting to Kawakami for some runs, and it's a 2-run shot by Jason Bay.
You wonder if Escobar turns that double play. He doesn't even get to bat.
You're right. Ortiz has struck out swinging and flied out to left field. 0 for 2 tonight.
First pitch fastball to Bay. It's amazing.
Outside 2-2. Rico Flaherty, formerly of the Mariners. Peter Moylan, an Australian right-hander, up. 2-2. Ball 3, full count.
They've got a combination of relievers in the bullpen that can get it done. Gonzalez finishes it off. They've got Soriano, right-hander that's got good stuff.
He's got a good slider, as I recall.
So they've got some good arms in the bullpen.
Fenway standing, a full count to David Ortiz. Got him, elevates and strikes out Ortiz, but a 2-run shot for Bay gets the Red Sox on the board. 6-2 Braves at the end of 6. Bay to end the bottom of the 6th. It's Chipper Jones who leads it off in the 7th. Jones, McCann, and Anderson. And a ground ball to third that gets by Lowell. Nasty hop at the end, and it skips by Lowell into left, and Chipper Jones is on.
Tough play for Lowell right there. Ball slicing bullet. 1 hop to his left. You see this ball 2 hops. Sort of ate him up a little bit. Probably go as an error. tough play coming off the bat. It looks easier than it is.
They've awarded Chipper Jones a base hit.
Goes to show you, sharply hit like that. You put that play in slow motion and it looks like, oh, he should have caught it, but that ball was hit harder than it looked.
It's ball 1 to Brian McCann. Action behind Masterson. In the pen, Daniel Bard is up. Masterson has been on since the 5th inning in relief of Daisuke Matsuzaka. Ground foul, and it's 1-2. Jordan's Furniture is the furniture and mattress store of the Boston Red Sox. Visit Jordans.com for New England's largest selection of brand name furniture and mattresses, all with Jordan's guaranteed underprice. The leadoff single for Chipper Jones. Now 1-2 that's inside to Brian McCann, and it's 2-2.
You look at some of the years that Brian McCann has had in the big leagues. He's been in the All-Star game 3 times already. Driven 90 runs 3 years, 2 out of the last 3 years. For a catcher, that's saying a lot. Lifetime .297 hitter. That could be an All-Star for a long time to come.
Yesterday off. He's on the DL earlier this year. And back in there tonight. He's walked, grounded out, and doubled. Full count, 3-2. Since the start of the 2006 season, he's led all major league catchers in home runs with 71, extra base hits with 197. That's third among catchers in batting average since that point at 302.
The glasses have helped this year. Since he's gotten the glasses, he's hitting like 350.
Runner goes, ground ball towards second. It'll keep him out of a double play as Pedroia fires to first. And McCann is retired. Well, the catch of the day. D'Angelo's Lobster Nation catch of the day. Find your best catch of the day at D'Angelo. Their famous lobster lineup is back and loaded with 100% real lobster. Try the lobster roll, the baked stuffed lobster, or the lobster sandwich. Come on, you deserve D'Angelo. So 1 out. Chipper Jones in scoring position at second base. Garrett Anderson, the batter. Into center field, a base hit. Here comes Chipper Jones being waved around. Jacoby Ellsbury, no throw, and the Braves take a 7-2 lead.
And Garrett Anderson hasn't lost his stroke. See a little sinker down and away. Might have been a changeup off speed. He stayed back, hit this ball right back up the middle. Beautiful stroke. Past the glove of Masterson. You don't see Masterson throw very many changeups.
The first run that he has allowed, and that will do it. Terry Francona takes the baseball from him. The Braves on top 7-2 in the 7th. Bard coming on. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 10th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. It is a 7-2 Atlanta lead with one out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Garrett Anderson is at first base and Matt Diaz is the batter. The new pitcher for the Red Sox is Daniel Bard. He has allowed earned runs in just 2 of his 12 outings and appears in his 13th major league game. .216 opponent batting average, 15 strikeouts in 13 2/3. And goes that one by Diaz, 1-1.
It's been great for the Red Sox to get a chance to bring him along slowly and some of the situations that they can bring him in. 13 appearances already, which helps to keep him sharp. They found a way to put him in.
He got a save in that 13-inning game in Philadelphia. This one is lined into center field for Diaz. Heading for third base is Garrett Anderson. Throw cut off. Anderson to third. The single by Diaz, and it's first and third with one out for the Braves.
Diaz looks like he gets a breaking ball here. Hanging breaking ball. Up out over the plate. Drives this ball in the right center field gap. He's held to a single, but Anderson moves to third.
There's Casey Kochman, lined into a double play in the first inning, flied out in the fourth. Had a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. Picked up his 26th RBI of the season. We wonder how surprised Kochman was at the time of the trade for Mark Teixeira, a guy who had come up through the Angels system, a guy they were happy with. He was a good player. And he didn't really think at the time when the Angels made the deal that a great need of theirs was first base.
No, it was kind of surprising to me too. But what a move it was, because it got them into the playoffs. They needed the offense,
yes,
right? If you think about it, this guy was, a decent player, 15 home run guy, maybe 70 RBIs, good first baseman. I don't know how hard they tried to get Teixeira to sign him in this offseason. I don't think they were even close to being up there with the Yankees and the Red Sox money-wise.
So they end up, not winning at all. They end up without Teixeira, and Kochman now in a Braves uniform. This one is lined to short, caught in the air by Nick Green, and getting back to the bag at first and third is both Anderson and Diaz. They worked short first, but he did pick it in the air. Second base umpire Bill Hahn was there to make the call.
Well, Diaz knew it because he turned around and went right back to first base. This could have been an easy double play ball. He should have one-hopped it. He didn't have that luxury, man. He goes into the dive. He threw to second base. I wondered what he thought. You see this ball? Did the ball hit the ground?
It might have.
Might have. But the umpire called the catch, so the only way they're going to double up is throw back to first base, and Diaz was back.
Diaz.
Get him out of town. That name's going to get us too.
How you doing on Bonifacio?
He's long gone.
Jeff Francoeur grounds one left side low. Go to second for the force out there. It wraps it up here in the 7th. The Braves get a run at 7-2 Atlanta. Time for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright.
Bay, and he knows what to do with this. This ball is absolutely crushed over everything. There goes the shutout.
Well, it's a 7-2 Atlanta Braves lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Australian-born Peter Moylan into the game for the Atlanta Braves. After 6 innings from Kawakami, Moylan makes an appearance in his 35th game of the year. Has been used a lot. 5.11 earned run average. The opponent hitting at .269 against Moylan. He is tied for 5th in the National League in appearances with 35 appearances. Mike Lowell leads it off and takes ball 1 outside.
You think he's tough on right-handers coming down underneath there?
Ground ball foul, 1-1. They have made a change, initially awarding this a base hit to Chipper Jones. They've now made it an error. So an error charge to Mike Lowell.
2 hops, tough play. I thought it was an error when I first saw it.
Led to a run in that inning.
So I was right.
Again?
That.
Wow.
I was ready to accept it. I was ready to accept the fact that you were going to give.
Not really.
I really.
You said it.
I don't want to give the guy an error, but I thought at first look it was an error. And I said, well, it was sharply hit, tough play, right?
Well, loud voice said you agreed with it, but I saw your body language. Swing and a miss. Lowell goes chasing. Peter Moylan strikes him out for the first out here in the 7th.
How about this tough pitch here? Slider breaking way out of the strike zone, but it kind of starts middle, but he takes a lot off of it. No chance by Lowell. Kind of a disgusted swing, sort of. He knows he was out halfway in the middle of that swing.
1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jacoby Ellsbury was grounded out to first base and walked. And take strike 1 from Moylan.
Moylan pitched good a couple years ago. He was really lights out for them. Like 80 games he pitched a couple years ago, and then last year he got hurt. So he's sort of just coming back, I think, from Tommy John. Like they say, it takes what, a little over a year to come back.
Less and less these days, though, really.
But he was just so last year. Wasn't completely healthy. They're hoping he can come back to what he was a couple years ago.
In 07, he pitched in 80 games. ERA under 2 as a swing and a miss. Ellsbury chases 1-2.
Looks like he's coming around. You see that nasty sidearm 93 with sinkage.
He's from Lesmurdy, Australia.
Here's the other guy from Balfour from Tampa Bay.
The reliever. 1-2 hit in the air to right field well. Francoeur going back at the wall. He'll make the catch. Wow, right up against that wall. Got back there and grabs it in front of the short wall, right in between both bullpens. 2 down.
That is a nice play right there by Francoeur. Once again, looks easy. He has to know where that wall is so he can relax a little bit, but still, that ball was hit a long way. This ball's a home run in a lot of ballparks, but nice play by Francoeur. Knowing where he was is what was tough about that play.
So 2 down in the 7th inning. Jason Varitek is grounded out to second base. Last time up, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Take strike 1 from Moylan. Braves pen with a 4.13 earned run average as a group. It's 0-2. Moylan pitched yesterday for the Atlanta Braves. They blanked the Cincinnati Reds 7-0. They went an inning giving up a hit. Braves played day baseball yesterday in Cincinnati, but tough time getting in here last night. The storms that were coming through here kind of set them back a little bit.
So they weren't watching the game when you said they were in. They weren't in yet.
They weren't in. I was making stuff up. Swing and a miss. Varitek strikes out. Moylan with a 1-2-3 7th. It's a 7-2 Atlanta Braves lead. Heating and cooling products. Now homeowners can visit one of their 27 Frank Webb Bath Center showrooms. Product knowledge and friendly guidance make both sides of Webb a home run. Seven to 2, the Atlanta Braves on top of the Red Sox in the top half of the 8th inning. Daniel Bard back out on the mound for the Red Sox. At the final 2 outs of the 7th, starts the 8th. Kelly Johnson leads it off for Atlanta. Johnson flied out to right in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th, walked in the 6th. Rafael Soriano is up for Atlanta. It was an impressive 1-2-3 inning for Peter Moylan.
Yeah, he looked good.
Kelly Johnson has been on twice tonight, walking twice from the number 9 spot. He's also flied out to right. 3-1. To left field, Jason Bay almost in his tracks, now in a step to make the grab. I want to remind you to stay with us immediately following the game tonight for WB Mason's Extra Innings with TC, Jim, and Heidi. You'll get the live press conference of Terry Francona's after this series opener. And Jim will break down Daisuke Matsuzaka's performance tonight. Plus all the reaction from the Red Sox players in our KFC Clubhouse Uncut segment. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. So 1 out. Nate McLouth takes a strike over the outside corner. McLouth with a home run, the first pitch of the night from Daisuke Matsuzaka. Just joining us tonight, Daisuke, 4+ innings, 8 hits, giving up 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks.
Yeah, I'm curious to think what they're gonna, the reaction is going to be after the game with Daisuke. What is the plan, and will they even mention anything about it for a while? They might give it a rest for a day.
Yeah, you really don't have to do anything yet.
Right.
For a while.
But you know how we are, where everybody's going to be all over that like a rash.
Want to know right now.
Right now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What about Buckles? What about Buckles? Right?
It's time now to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. Nate McLeod, first pitch of the ball game, takes it out of the yard. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. McLeod's 12th home run of the year got the Braves off to a fast start. They got 2 in that first inning.
I'm trying to think how many times over the course of my career when I started first pitch of the game bridge.
Gone.
It kind of does something to your psyche, doesn't it? It really does. I mean, it's like, wait a minute. I know you're supposed to get ahead here, strike one. But if you think about it, I got to the point where I said, I'm not throwing fastball first pitch. No way. I'm just going to flip a little breaking ball over there. Because I thought everybody was looking fastball, don't you?
Right.
Usually, I like to know percentages of the game where you start off with first pitch fastball. I bet you it's close to 80%. So
you went the other way.
So I was a little tentative sometimes, especially when somebody does that to you. That'll make you change your first pitch fastball.
1 pitch and you're down 1-0.
And especially the way Daisuke has been going, right? I mean, everybody's talking about go after people. He did it tonight. First pitch, boom. But there's no rhyme or reason how Atlanta attacked Daisuke tonight. They came out swinging, and then all of a sudden they took, and they went back to swinging. Right. I don't think they know. I really don't. This is not a good offensive club, but it sure did look good tonight to this point.
There's ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Nate McLeod. It is the 6th walk given up by Red Sox pitching. One out, one on. And Yunel Escobar coming up. He's got 2 hits and a run driven in. Side puts him down.
That'll make you not dive out over the plate. Not that he does, but ball's right at his jaw almost. I guess it wasn't that close, but I still wouldn't want to beat him. That's scary when you could see the ball in your eyesight and you could hear it go by.
In again, and it's 2-0. The check swing foul. Bard, the 3rd Boston pitcher of the night, works with 1 out. Nate McLeod at first base.
Tell us about Escobar before the game being a very nonchalant player. We've seen it already in this game. Made it cost the pitcher 2 runs. You think about that double play ball he might have turned.
Left side, Lowell to his left. He'll go to second for 1, on to first. Double play. Wraps up the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 7-2 Atlanta. watch the ball game. He takes into the bullpen a home run to put the Braves on top 1-0. Atlanta would go on top 5-0 and chase Daisuke Matsuzaka from the game with Garrett Anderson with this double that scores Brian McCann. Red Sox able to come up with 2 runs on the 2-run home run by Jason Bay. The only runs of the night for Boston. That was off Henshin Kawakami. It is 7-2 Atlanta as we head to the bottom of the 8th. And a check swing, and it's ball 1 to Nick Green. Green, Pedroia, and Drew to face this new Atlanta right-hander. Rafael Soriano is in the game now for Atlanta. Pitched yesterday against Cincinnati Reds, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts. His 30th appearance of the year, 1.47 ERA and a 179 opponent batting average.
You look at 40 punch-outs in 30 innings. It tells you everything. This guy's got some life in his fastball. A little breaking ball right there. He's had arm trouble too last year. Only appeared in 14 games last year, but he had it going on there for a couple of years. They got him from Seattle.
Red Sox saw a lot of him over the years while he was a member of the Mariners. His 3rd year now in Atlanta. 2-2.
Thought he had a chance to be their closer at one point. Kind of faltered a little bit for them a couple of years ago, and so they went a different direction. Gonzalez is closing for them now, a left-hander.
Strikes out Nick Green, 95 on the fastball, and it's the first out of the bottom of the 8th.
Shows you why he's got 40 punch-outs in 30 innings. Fastball right there, middle, but it's got too much hair on it. Nick Green can hit a fastball.
One out here in the 8th.
You know, you don't have to throw 100 miles an hour to have hair. I mean, that ball just got giddy up. Some guys have hair at 93 or 4.
Here's Takashi Saito warming in the pen for the Red Sox with 1 out in the 8th. Dustin Pedroia takes strike 1. Breaking ball for strike 2, 0-2.
Kind of slows down on his breaking ball, just sort of just get me over. Almost telegraphs it a little bit, but you're so geared for that fastball. You only have one shot at a guy. It's hard to really figure him out.
Strike 3, no time to figure him out. It's back-to-back Ks.
You haven't got a lot of time to figure him out, and you're thinking about that hair he's got, and he comes out and he throws you a couple breaking balls. This is a good spot for that breaking ball too. Down and away. Pitcher's pitch, no chance.
A lot of hair in this inning.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's got that spaghetti arm. He sort of slings it up there. Pedro-esque.
So 2 down, and J.D. Drew stands in. They are deep end straight away on J.D. Drew. He struck out, flied out to center, and walked. There's a strike, 1-1. Soriano breaking into the big leagues in 2002 with the Seattle Mariners. Was in Seattle through 2005.
How did they get him? Because that was a fine for them to get that kind of an arm back then.
It was a trade. Horacio Ramirez, who we've seen over the years,
who didn't pan out.
Didn't pan out at all for Seattle.
That's a bad trade.
Trade was made in December of 2006.
Yeah, that's not a good trade because he didn't pan out at all. But then again, he got hurt, Soriano. You got to be impressed with their pitching tonight, starting with Kawakami and then Moylan and this guy. And you know they've got Gonzalez out there, so you know they can get it done.
They just need some runs. That's something they haven't had.
Right.
They get it tonight.
We talk about Lowe coming back tomorrow. They've got Jurgens. What's his name? Jurgens.
Yep.
He's got a good arm. young kid they just brought up, Hansen, big, tall kid, got serious gas.
We were talking about Glavine earlier. That was the guy they decided to go with.
You can't blame him. You know, you got to filter in a young kid. He's been waiting in the wings. Got lightning in his arm.
3-2 is in the air to center field. Nate McLouth can't. It's a 1-2-3 eighth inning. We played 8 from Fenway. It's 7-2 Braves. Half of the 9th inning. Boston employs their 4th pitcher of the night. It's Chipper Jones who leads it off here for the Braves. Jones, McCann, and Anderson. The new Red Sox pitcher is Takashi Saito, and he takes over after Bard went an inning and 2/3. Saito's in his 25th game of the year, 2.31 earned run average. Opponents hitting at 239 against Saito, nearly a strikeout an inning. Count evens at 1-1.
They've done a nice job with Saito this year too, being able to, you know, not overwork him, because when they got him with the arm trouble, you want to make sure that you don't overwork him, and they've had it perfect. You know, 1 day on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off, whatever. And they have really orchestrated it nicely with everybody out there. You've got so many good arms, you don't have to go to anybody, overwork anybody.
It's a luxury, and you know, you line it up and you figure the nights you have leads, you can just line it up perfectly. At least you hope that's the case, and that's the way it's worked out so far.
You don't want starters to go 5 innings every night.
That hurts.
That's a little much, but that's been the way the last couple nights. You think Penny only went 5 innings. He needed 4 innings out of the bullpen the other night.
Daisuke goes 4+ tonight.
Last night, Lester was gone, you know, because he had thrown 120 pitches on that in the 6th inning, right? And so they would have needed the bullpen. Every night it seems like you got at least 3 innings out of the bullpen. It's a luxury to have a starter go 7 innings nowadays.
Masterson going 2 1/3 in relief tonight. Bard an inning and 2/3.
But you don't have to worry about tomorrow. You've got other guys to go to.
Full count to Chipper Jones. Ball 4, he walks him. Leadoff walk for Jones. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Don, Derek Lowe will return to the mound here at Fenway Park tomorrow night for the first time since the 2004 World Series, albeit in another uniform. Lowe told me he's not quite sure what his reception is going to be like from the Fenway faithful.
You know, probably, you know, polite in the beginning, but once the game starts, you know, they'll treat you like any other pitcher. But, you know, this is one of the best home field advantages there are in a game as far as the fans and the passion and how loud they can get. So, you know, this is my first time on the flip side, and, you know, I expect them to, you know, treat me like anybody else.
Lowe also said the biggest thing he misses from his time here are the great teams he was on. He said it was a fun group of guys to play with. He's never faced the Red Sox in his career. He had a rough start in his last outing, but he's 7-4 with a 4.08 ERA this season. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. You know, all the guys who have come back from the 04 World Championship team have gotten incredible ovations here, with the exception of the guys who came back in Yankee uniforms.
Right. Makes sense. Why
Johnny
not?
Damon was not quite as well received in his return back, but everybody else really has been.
They should be. Derek Lowe had some good no-hitter, 20-game season, over 40 save season. I mean, he had a nice run here. World Series ring. I mean, that's a nice thing to have. No one had it up until the time he got it.
This is down the left field line and foul over the first row of seats.
You know, the first time I came back to Fenway after I had left, went to the Cubs, and then I got traded to the A's, and I came back in '87. I wasn't the closer yet. And the first time I came back here, there was a guy named Moose Haas or something that couldn't make a start, so I had to start. And here I get a start. Well, I wasn't even ready to start because I'd been in the bullpen against Roger. Boy, how about the luck of the draw?
How'd it go?
I went 6 2/3, got an L. So it wasn't a fond memory of that. Yeah, I hung in there all right. I hung in there long enough to get an L. But so I know what it's like coming back here. It's not the same, though, because it wasn't really buzzing here in '87, although they just came off of the World Series in '86. But nothing's like it is now. You know, we just got done with the 500 sellout. This is a totally different atmosphere than it was then.
This one fouled off. You know, you hear a lot of talk about the way that the fans have treated David Ortiz this year, and even earlier on when Lugo was struggling, they were cheering Lugo on. I mean, it seems like the ballpark is much different now.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, there's so many good things that have happened here. I think people's attitudes have changed.
Yeah,
they're not so. You know, they're just not as harsh as they once were. I mean, I think that they're a lot more forgiving now. But who have they really had to? You know, you've only seen a few things happen. I mean, if there's any indication, it's been Big Papi this year. The way that they've. How could they not?
This one is grounded foul. It's 1 and 2.
From what he's done over the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, there's enough goodwill there to last you quite a long time.
I don't have a lot of fond memories of when I left. I mean, I got booed out of this joint. It's for good reason. I mean, I had a bad year, and I understand how that goes. But you don't forget that as a player. You know, being booed at any given time. I mean, it's not a beautiful thing.
So you're not going to play the "I didn't hear it. I was too
I heard
locked
it.
in."
Oh
thing.
man, it knocked me to my knees.
This is into right field as J.D. Drew over to play it, heading for third base. Is Chipper Jones going to get there? The single by Brian McCann. The Braves looking to add on here with now first and third and nobody out.
Well, they swung the bat. They're swinging the bat good tonight. They just sort of take an inning off here and there, and here they come again.
So 2 on, nobody out. Garrett Anderson coming up. It's been a big night for Anderson. He's been on base 4 times. There's 3 hits, 2 singles, a double, and has driven in 2 runs. From a couple of years back, Garrett Anderson battling the pink eye in the playoffs against the Red Sox. That was painful to watch. He had a tough time.
He really did have a tough time. He ran his act out there anyway, but it had to be difficult. They needed offense so badly, Anaheim.
Inside, almost ran into it. 2-0.
The Braves are trying to find their way along this and try to get their chemistry going. I mean, you talk about putting clubs together. They add this piece here and a piece there, and And all that's really left of the old team is Chipper Jones.
Yeah, he's really the link to the past, along with Bobby Cox. You think about Bobby Cox, 28th season as a big league skipper, 24th year with the Atlanta Braves.
Over 2,000 wins, right next to Tony La Russa, I think, in wins.
2,358 wins in his career, fourth. Yeah, you're right. He's second only to Tony La Russa. Out to right field on the run is Drew. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Chipper Jones. He'll score, and the Braves take an 8-2 lead. Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. Submit your questions to the NESN.com inbox, and Jammin' 94.5's Ramiro will help deliver them to TC and Jim. Plus highlights from around the majors, including the Rays and Mets in Queens, and a preview of Josh Beckett versus Derek Lowe tomorrow in Game 2 of the series. It's all coming up right after the game on NESN. Well, Chipper Jones scoring the 8th Atlanta run. Ryan McCann at first base, one out here in the 9th.
The way Atlanta's been playing this year, one game they'll get 8, and then they'll go back to 2-2-2, 3 runs here.
Drew Campt makes the catch for out number 2. Well, Gonzalez has been joined by Chris Medlin. He's up alone to begin this inning. Their closer. It's now a 6-run pad. Not a huge difference between 7-2 and 8-2, but more action as Casey Kochman bats. Incidentally, the Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning, at the very least dealing with a 6-run deficit. We'll have Youkilis, Bay, and Ortiz bat.
Like to see that left-hander Gonzalez come into this game. I like the way he starts his motion. Like nobody does what he does, how he goes about it. It's kind of interesting the way he goes.
He allowed 4 unearned runs in the 8th inning on Tuesday night.
Probably needs to get in the game tonight, so we'll see him.
He's had some trouble with walks lately.
Got a violent delivery, you'll see.
0-2 pitch fouled off. Will do it again. Well, Daisuke for 4 tonight. Masterson for 2 1/3. Bard an inning and 2/3. And Saito now working the 9th, has given up a run, has 2 outs. Ahead of Kochman, 0-2. On the ground towards Pedroia. He'll go the easy way to second base for the force out that ends the inning. Braves add a run, take an 8-2 lead to the bottom of the 9th. in Boston. As fans are taking in the series opener between the Sox and Braves. Always serving an honest brew with a big taste and nice finish. Visit the Hart to catch all your baseball action. Bottom of the ninth inning back here at Fenway Park. Red Sox trailing 8-2. As Kevin Youkilis leads it off against the Braves closer in this non-save situation. Mike Gonzalez.
Not as animated as he gets for a save, because he really gets in there, grinds in there. See how he just jumps at you? I'd call that a little violent, wouldn't you? His delivery falls off big time, third base side. But he usually gets there and grinds real hard, even if it's a save, because he's all fired up.
Fly ball to left field. Matt Diaz is there, and he makes the catch for the first out of the ninth. Gonzalez is allowed to walk in 7 of his last 11 appearances and 8 of his last 13. We're talking about the walks.
It's tough on a manager when he closes ball games. He doesn't do it like 1, 2, 3. He could punch somebody out and get out of an inning, but he can walk a few guys too and make it interesting.
And 24 saves for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 2006 and 14 last year with Atlanta. It was acquired by the Braves from the Pittsburgh Pirates for Adam LaRoche.
Adam LaRoche hit 30 home runs for them right before they got rid of him. So this was a big deal for them when they got Gonzalez. Atlanta's gone through a lot of relief pitchers over the years. Haven't they? Closers. There's no one guy that stayed there for a long period of time. Last time I remember was like Woolers, and that was like 10 years ago, wasn't it? And they sort of run a lot of guys through there.
It was kind of a sad ending with Woolers, as far as he just kind of lost his control there in the end. Saw him at the minor league level trying to work his way back. Gonzalez was actually acquired by the Red Sox at one point back in 03. It was only for about 8 days as it worked out. Went to the Red Sox Scott Sauerbeck deal, you might remember.
Right, I do remember that.
And then went back. Franny Sanchez going for the Jeff Suppan deal. Swing and a miss. Bay strikes out. There's 2 down in the ninth. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by your New England Dodge dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Your Boston BMW dealers. Citizens Bank. Toyota's official website for deals by Toyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Some great shots of Bermuda on this Bermuda night.
Not a lot of hitting on this night. 2 hits, 1 home run by Jason Bay has been it.
The Braves out hitting the Red Sox 11-2. And Boston down to their last out in the ninth. Braves pitching. Well, they've retired the last 9 Red Sox they've faced.
It's been impressive, but they've had a lot of runs to work with. 6-0 lead after 5.
Ortiz is down 1-2. Trying to wrap it up here for Christian Kawakami, who went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Bullpen's been perfect. Moylan, Soriano, and now Gonzalez is 1-2. Here's ball 2, 2-2. Ortiz has struck out twice and flied out to left. Ball 3, full count.
Well, he can run in the dugout right as soon as he strikes out a guy. He's halfway in the dugout.
He's almost there.
He could trot right in.
He starts from as far as you can get on the third base side.
I guarantee you he could be the first one in the dugout if he punches somebody out.
3-2 pitch to David Ortiz with 2 outs in the 9th. Struck him out. The Red Sox lose game 1 of this 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves as the Braves come in and swing the bats. We heard so much about how the Braves offense not able to put much together. Well, they did tonight against Daisuke Matsuzaka and the Red Sox to the tune of 8 runs on 11 hits, and it started right out of the gate with Nate McLeod tonight, who homered on the first pitch of the ball game. And the Red Sox with a tough night tonight as Kawakami gets the win. He's now